The other day I was having a conversation with the gal who owns the spa, where I'm collaborating now and teaching some classes and doing one-on-one group sessions. And we were talking about COVID and how everything has changed and our new normal is very different. And many people are expressing what they notice the most now that we're all somewhat resuming life normalcy, new normals, whatever you want to call it. She does massage therapy and she owns the spa, so she's all about wellness treatments. And we were talking about what we thought was the most impactful piece of COVID for all of these human avatars moving about. And we both agreed it was the lack of human touch that really seemed to impact many. She noticed it herself when things resumed, how many returned for massage just simply to be touched by another human being. And I didn't relate to this myself. You know, raising my son on my own, I always woke up and went to sleep with lots of hugs, lots of cuddles, and just always being able to reach out and connect in that way. But when I dropped him off at college 3 years ago, and Milo and I moved into the tiny home, I forgot how important human touch is. It's really easy to be out here in the middle of nothing and love everything about this, but the avatar does still need that engagement, that skin-to-skin touch, that being near another person and being able to hug and hold them, the warmth and the heartbeat that comes from being near another human body, holding hands, laying together and wrapping feet around each other, rubbing each other's heads, just little gestures. It's amazing how much these things are missed and how much these things are taken for granted. Recently, there have been quite a few deaths along my journey, people that I've loved, people that my son has loved, some by natural causes, and one most recently by suicide. These things leave heaviness in our hearts, regardless of what we know, regardless of what we've experienced, regardless of the ability to communicate with them on the other side. That physical element, that being able to pick the phone up and dial them, that being able to hold them. Right now, for me, not being able to be near my son while he's grieving the loss of a very dear friend. It's a challenging time, not just because it's the holidays, which can also hit and be a little bit abrasive for many, but because of the way things have changed. Our world has changed. So much has become online, and I'm not against this at all. I'm not against anything. I'm just noticing how the story of Kelly's arising in this, how she finds ways to engage with those that she loves, to get that human touch, to have those human elements, to have those eyeball-to-eyeball conversations, to hear each other's voices, to soothe each other holding hands. There's something very profound when you've reached a place with others where you can sit in a room and say no words at all, and yet everything is known, everything is felt. It's so palpable. I thought about it this morning as I was doing my morning mandala coloring meditation, how each of the colors layer upon each other. There's the inability to move to the next screen until all the shading has been added. One layer at a time, one movement at a time. And then as the day carried out and we started to decorate little things around the tiny home, just to give it an appeal of coziness and togetherness, even if it's just Milo and I here, I noticed the same thing. First the lights, they sparkle and they glow, and then the ornaments, one by one, add a touch of whimsy, color, excitement, joy. None of these things are necessary. None of them. And yet they bring delight to the moment. They bring the light to the moment. That is delightful. As I engaged through my afternoon, there was some melancholy I really noticed arising, and there's no resistance to any of that. Past Christmases seem to be thought of, memories and fondness of old exchanges. Decorating the tree on my own, where it's always been something of a collaboration with others. Melancholy, too, is allowed in Rumi's guest house. There's not a sadness, there's a noticingness that just wants to be loved, and the avatar brings it forward so that it can be loved. And that's what we're doing, loving up on these beautiful moments that feel like something's missing, on these beautiful experiences where it feels like others should be here, on these beautiful occasions where it feels like there's an emptiness. These too will be loved. I'm so very blessed in the way that I live, and I'm so tremendously grateful for what I do have. But I also am gentle with my own heart as a mother, as a person, as a human being, as a counselor, as an intuitive, and as just another avatar moving about these 8 billion other avatars. You see, it's up to us to love this one up, to do the things that lift its heart when it's feeling melancholy, to bring the joy to it, to remind it to remember that although there may be teardrops dropping and there may be a missing happening, there's also such beauty in the moment. All of it's celebration. None of it needs to be cast away. It's lovable. It's loving. Have you ever watched yourself cry? I mean, really watched it. Gotten a mirror and seen how beautiful you are as the teardrops leave those eyeballs. How magnificent it is that our critters, just as now, Milo feeling me, feeling sensitive, come closer. They just know. They just know. They know to love us up. They know to snuggle in tighter. They know to offer more love and to stay close by, just like we do when we feel others feeling this way. I find the biggest way to lift my own heart is to go out and lift others. This feels selfish once I realized it, yet I know it's also a form of self-love. Each aspect being one with me one with them. As I lift another, even if it's just with a smile, with a warm touch or a hug, I send out so much love to those who don't have it, who don't know how to ask for it, who don't know that it's available to them, who feel alone, who feel unable to find a way to reach for something more in these moments of loneliness. I send out so much love to those who feel broken, abandoned, neglected, unworthy. I once felt all of those things and even still have them arise. They just don't stick around the way they used to because I honor them. I meet them, I greet them, and I love them. And I show them that their story of separation is just simply not true. In that moment, I'm a confused child. I've lost my way yet again. The dream world has taken over, and it simply is just me reminding myself to remember that, bringing myself gently back in the most loving way possible, and saying, hey kiddo, you did the best that you could today, and tomorrow's a new day. Love yourself, even in the moments you don't know how, because I promise this too shall pass. I send you so much love during these very, very challenging holiday times. As beautiful as the tinsel and the folly is, the decorating and the gatherings, it can equally be very lonely and very, very isolating for many. Please don't forget those on your path. Do the things you can to be a kind person. Offer that parking spot, that last gift you both grabbed for in the department store. Walk away from that debate. Open your heart a little bit more. That's what this is about. Yes, enjoy the material pieces of all of it. That's fun too. But don't lose sight of who and what you are. Your unconditional love. Share that. Sprinkle it everywhere. Those of us who have lost so many, reverberate on your love, on your hugs, on your touches, on your gentle reaches out. We forget your voices at times. We need to be reminded what they sound like. Don't forget to bring those forward. To yourself, to them, to the world. Much love. Until next time, I see you and I send you so, so much love.